7 talented cooks have made it this far through the competition.
Move! Move! Move!
Absolutely love it.
Oh, crying out loud.
Tom, well done. Bravo.
I think this may be the best cooking you've done so far.
Now their challenge is to bring the best out of the Great British Larder, cooking for the champion of local produce, Michelin-starred Tom Kitchin.
We have so much going on, from Cornwall and the seafood, right up to the Highlands of Scotland with the fantastic produce that we have.
And Cumbria's expert forager, Michelin-starred chef Simon Rogan.
British ingredients are better than anything else in the world.
But for one contestant, the dream will be over.
To be facing elimination is a tough prospect. One strike and you're out.
Margins for error, none. You've got to be right on your game.
I'm under a ridiculous amount of pressure right now. It's serious business.
Today, we want a bit of a spirit of John Bull. We want something that screams Rule Britannia at us. Today is a celebration of the Great British Larder. And to help Greg and I judge today, we have a very talented man who takes the fantastic ingredients on his doorstep and elevates it to dizzy heights. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tom Kitchin.
Behind me, we've got an array of fantastic produce. I'm looking for something really special today.
1 plate of food, 1.5 hours. Ladies and gentlemen, come and collect your ingredients.
Tom's larder includes Scottish lobster, spider crab, razor clams from the North Sea, Queenie scallops, North Atlantic red mullet, oysters, langoustines, and Highland beef. And a range of fresh vegetables, fruits, and store cupboard ingredients.
The inspiration on their faces when Tom walked through that door, they realised how serious it was. I think this is going to be a brilliant round.
Tom's such an amazing chef. He's from Scotland. It's great, but I've got to cook a brilliant dish.
Guys, 2 minutes left, please. Your destiny is in your own hands. Impress us. Because at the end of this, one of you will be leaving us. 1 hour, 30 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, a brilliant plate of food. Let's cook.
I'm really excited about today, but I'm looking for perfection. They've got to think outside the box, push themselves to the next level, make me sit back and think, wow, you've really showcased Scottish produce today.
I feel a lot less confident when I'm in challenges where I don't have Japanese ingredients, when I'm restricted to cooking Western food.
I really wish you'd have had the confidence to go with a bowl of pasta, because I think all 3 of us would have been saying, good job. Aki, why have you got 5 times more ingredients than anybody else?
Oh, because I was just grabbing anything that looked remotely nice. So today I'm trying to do a picnic with an onion tart and a croquet with black pudding, potatoes, around breadcrumbs, fried, and a nice salad.
The last couple of tasks has been quite tough for you.
Yes.
How are you feeling about the competition right now?
I don't have ingredients that I ideally want right now, but I'm struggling through and I think I'm learning a tremendous amount.
Do you want to stay with us?
I love you, John and Gregg. I want to stay with you forever and ever.
That may have worked if you'd have said Greg and John. As it is, you're out of here, darling. Now.
Aki's got to be really careful. There might be some sense in that madness, but the mess, if that was one of my chefs, boy.
Now I think I'm a strong contender. I think I've been able to show John and Gregg adaptability.
I said that good Italian food makes you emotional, and that, for me, makes me emotional, so good on you. Well done.
Being around some of the greatest chefs in the UK has just made me realise I want to be part of the best. There's no question about it.
Shalina, what dish are you going to cook to either knock you out or keep you in the competition?
So I'm doing crab-stuffed zucchini flowers, braised fennel, and pan-seared fish. So it's going to be like a fish and seafood medley.
What's it about, having Tom Kitchin in here?
That's very scary. I don't know if you could hear my heart racing when he walked through the door. It's going to be challenging. I've got to impress everyone today. Hopefully this dish will turn out how I'm thinking about it in my head.
Good.
Shalina has really impressed me. If she gets that dish right, it could be a winner.
If I'm totally honest, I'm extremely competitive and have been from day one.
The roast pheasant, the thyme, the mushrooms, and that rice underneath, which is perfectly cooked, I think is absolutely perfect combination.
Now I'm only competing against 6 people. I want to beat them all.
Good old-fashioned invention test, British produce, right up your street, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm happy with today's task. Really happy.
As soon as John introduced Tom Kitchin, you started grinning.
I did, yes. It was a nervous smile because he doesn't tolerate anything other than excellence. What I produce today has got to be, you know, really top draw.
What is the dish?
Fillets of the mullet with scallops, a warm fennel and tomato salad with a fennel sauce. Let's hope that my plans are good.
I'm quite looking forward to Tom's dish because he's cooking for the first time with a huge smile on his face. And I love the sound of his fennel salad with the red mullet. I think that's lovely.
The closer you get it, you know, you can feel your fingernails on the title. At this stage in the competition, there's no place for a major screw-up.
There is so much to admire there, but all together, you lose the quail.
You're cooking so much that you're learning so fast, and that feels really satisfying.
I absolutely love it. I think this may be the best cooking you've done so far, Andrew. Andrew, you look absolutely delighted.
I am pleased. I'm half Scottish, so hopefully all my mum's teaching will come flooding back.
What dish are you going to make, Andrew?
I'm going to have pan-fried mullet on a pearl barley risotto, and there's going to be mushrooms through the risotto. I think I'm going to try and do sort of whiskey and honey sauce. I think.
Andrew, do you always get the flavour combinations right, do you think?
Unfortunately not. There's been a lot of catastrophes here and at home. I'm going to go a little bit simpler today, I think.
I like the way Andrew's working. He's clean, he's focused. I'm just worried about the whiskey. I mean, I'm Scotland's biggest fan and I love whiskey, but he's got to be careful because that's a big flavour he's playing with, especially with shellfish.
You've got just 35 minutes left, guys. 35 minutes.
MasterChef has completely taken over my life now. All I ever do really is think about food and think about recipes.
The combination is really stunning. It's like tasting a mouthful of fresh sea.
I think Eamon completely and utterly nailed it.
I'm feeling calm and confident. But yeah, I'm on a roll and I want it to continue.
Eamon, it seems that you're really driven, very focused today.
I'm a happy bunny. Fantastic ingredients, and as soon as I saw what was up there, I knew what the centre of my dish would be.
What's the dish?
Langoustine on a Cullen skink sauce with some roasted veg.
If you went home today, how would you feel?
Don't even want to go there. I've given up a lot and I'm not even thinking along those lines.
What I really like with Eamon is he's used the carcass of the langoustine to make the sauce. But everything depends on that sauce.
You've got to step up your game. It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing, and I just don't want it to be over.
It really embraced what France was about. It was opulent, it was exciting, it was rich, it was vibrant.
I'm very comfortable in my cooking ability now. It's really coming together. I'm dead happy with it.
Jay, what dish are you going to cook today to keep you in the competition?
Fillet of beef with braised red cabbage, a carrot puree and rosemary walnut garnish.
How do you make it look beautiful?
I'll cross that bridge when I come to it, you know what I mean?
Try and cross the bridge before you come to it.
Yeah, when I come to... how do you do that? How do you...
I don't know. What I'm trying to say is, think about the presentation of the dish before the last minute.
I've kind of got it in my head, you know what I mean? I've kind of got it.
Are you going to beat these guys today?
Oh, don't. Can I whisper?
Come on.
Yeah.
Jay's got a fillet of beef and a carrot puree. He's got some walnuts that he's frying with some rosemary. However, I just like to see a little bit more creativity, a little bit more invention from the man.
It's just a bit safe, Jay.
I'm not so sure I've got many lives left. I've had 3. Do I get another one? I'm not so sure.
She served us onion ice cream. I mean, some of this is highly questionable. The whole thing is too sweet, even for me.
I have a lot to prove in order to stay in the competition. If I can pull out the bag today, then I might be in with a chance.
Emma?
Hi.
Honestly, how are you feeling?
You've done a double whammy on me because you've given me Scottish produce and a Scottish chef, and I'm Scottish. So I have even more to prove now, which is wonderful. So I'm cooking beef with mushroom, onion, garlic tart with a pumpkin puree.
Scottish produce, Scottish chef. You can do this, can't you?
Oh, I hope so. I really hope so.
Emma looks so nervous now, John. I really hope she has a really, really good round. She needs a confidence injection.
And in a room competition as strong as this, it's going to have to stand up and deliver.
Two and a half minutes left, guys. Just 2.5 minutes to finish your plates.
Guys, listen, last 60 seconds, OK?
Emma, are you going to use that tart?
Don't know.
You've got 30 seconds. Make a decision.
Okay, yeah. No.
That's it. Stop. Stop.
Aki has created her version of a British picnic. Cheddar and onion tart, black pudding croquettes, and a salad.
I can't believe this, that it actually works for me in a strange and crazy way. You make me smile, Aki. I don't know what it is about you. I mean, the onion tart is nice. The black pudding croquette is a good idea. The salad, we could have finessed that a little bit more, but the idea of a raw cabbage salad with walnuts and apple and chicory is refreshing. You've obviously got something.
Thank you.
I have never seen anybody take all those ingredients and then say, I'm making a little picnic, and we end up with this. I want to hate it, and I don't.
I enjoyed the food you cooked for me, but what I've always seen is individual nibbles. Very good nibbles that I've always enjoyed, but I need at some stage to see a finished plate from you.
works, I have no idea.
I feel like that one element that Gregg is concerned about is the deciding factor of my future. If they give me another chance, I'm going to work on it. It's going to be fixed.
Andrew's chosen the red mullet and served it with a pearl barley risotto, with pickled girolles, razor clam ceviche, and a whiskey and honey sauce.
It's intriguing, okay? It might even be exciting. Let's give it a go. In my mouth now, I've got a floral, sweet, oaty fish biscuit. Mate, your flavour ideas are way out there. It's just a bit weird.
Whiskey, for me, doesn't belong in this dish. Whiskey is a very, very strong ingredient. Honey's got nothing to do with ceviche of raw fish. Here, it's just not right. There's too many flavours for me, too many flavours.
I've never had whiskey and fish before, and I will please ask the rest of the world never to do it, because it doesn't work.
That's so frustrating.
Honeyed whiskied fish.
I got roasted. I got absolutely roasted by all three of them. It feels horrible because my judgment of what would be a good plate was lacking.
Jay has cooked fillet of beef with braised red cabbage, carrot puree, roasted root vegetables, and walnuts dressed with fried rosemary needles.
I like it. I like the way you cook the beef. I love that rosemary and walnut. I think that's a touch of class. Don't get cocky. Like the rosemary and the walnut works, OK.
You pick on the smallest men, don't you? Jay, I think you can cook. But do you know what my honest opinion is? There's too much butter in that puree. The cabbage is too sweet. The beef is beef. I don't find it exciting. It needs something that's going to lift it, make it sing. The walnuts are saving this dish because they've got your personality on there.
Your cooking, not in question. But at what stage, Jay, are you going to stand up and go, gentlemen, look at me? Because that's what we need from you.
I didn't push myself enough. It says you got it, you can cook. You just need to get edgy. So that's what I've got to do, if I get through, of course.
Tom's dish is pan-fried mullet on a warm fennel and tomato salad dressed with mint, served with scallops and a fennel sauce.
The fish is well cooked. It's crispy. The fennel is cooked well. Were you looking for a bit of crunch in there?
I was hoping for crunch.
I think you've lost a bit of crunch. The tomato's a little bit soft. A good effort.
Beautifully cooked, very rich mullet, sweet baby scallops, wonderful fennel, and then a hint of mint, which I didn't expect to get at all. I think your cooking today is great.
It's not something I've ever cooked before, and I put a very pretty, very attractive plate of food, all cooked well, so I'm very happy with it.
Emma has made fillet of beef with a pearl barley sauce, pumpkin puree, onions and sep mushrooms.
The beef, Emma, I can't see the crispiness, that lovely caramelised. You could have got it nice and crispy. It looks like it's slightly cooked too much on one side than the other. I would love to have seen the seps just cut in half. Keep the shape of the sep. and just caramelise it. We could have a lovely pile of fricassee of ceps.
I'm left with sort of an iron richness, but no texture. Everything on the plate is a little bit wet.
We need something else. Mate, I'd kill for a potato fondant on there right now. I really would.
You spent so much time making a tart. You could have used that time to actually do something that was meant to go on the plate. And so much more, I think, could have been done with this dish to make it special.
Every tiny little mistake you make, they notice. I'll be gutted I got sent off in the Scottish round. That would just be a classic, and something that my friends would never forgive me for.
Shalina has pan-seared the mullet and served it with a crab-stuffed courgette flour, braised fennel, and a sauce vierge.
With red mullet, you have to get that skin crispy. You've done that. Well done. The courgette flour is excellent. I was really looking forward to someone stuffing that courgette flour today. It was really, really important, you know. You've combined skills and real understanding of cooking, but also in the marriage of flavours, and so many chefs don't understand that. Well done.
Thank you very much.
What you've ended up doing with those fresh herbs and the sharpness of the capers against that beautifully cooked fish makes the whole thing fantastic. You've got crunch in your fennel, your fish is cooked beautifully, your courgette is lovely and soft. You're starting to understand, and it's great. Really good.
Thank you very much.
That is a very good looking dish, very nice tasting dish. I think that's wonderful.
I feel fantastic. Yeah, it was amazing. I can't believe Tom Kitchin thought my dish was faultless. I'm definitely proud of myself today. Really, very proud of myself.
Last up is Eamon. He's made langoustines on top of roasted pumpkin, turnips and courgettes, served with a potato puree and a Cullen skink sauce.
Your potato puree is lovely and smooth and delicious and goes really well with those langoustines which are just cooked. The sauce, however, is so heavily reduced that it's becoming really overpowering to the stage where it's the acid's hitting the side of my cheeks and almost sort of bubbling and burning inside my mouth a little bit. And it's so strong that I'm fighting even to taste a turnip and the courgette.
This dish isn't right. You've overdone it. You've got to be more measured in your approach. You've got to.
When you took your ingredients and you told me what you were going to do, I penciled you in as my winner today. You've broken my heart here today. Langoustine, they should be the hero. They should be singing from this plate. We've got some in the shell still. What am I supposed to do here?
Blooming plate was red hot and the whole sauce just went and I should imagine doubled in intensity at least. Oh.
What a day. Serious amount of pressure, no lack of effort. Thanks very much. We've got to have a chat. Off you go.
I'm impressed by the standard, but I think there's some dark horses still to come through. I really do. I think some of them, they just need that confidence.
Sure.
I wish you luck, boys.
Tom, having you here has been wonderful. Thanks, mate.
Pleasure.
Thanks, Tom.
I'll tell you my best dish. Shalina. She's really proved a point today. Fish perfectly cooked, the lovely little herb sauce that she had around the outside.
Really salty but sweet crab inside the courgette flour, cooked beautifully. Really good dish.
I like Tom's dish. I thought the red mullet on the fennel and the tomato was a good dish.
For me, the most exciting thing about the dish was that subtle note of mint that ran underneath the fennel and the tomato to give it real vibrancy with that beautifully cooked piece of mullet. I think it was a great dish. Shalina and Tom, safe. Let's move to Aki.
Oh, my word. I didn't come on here to have a picnic.
She took those onions and some cheddar cheese, and then she turned it into a tart. She took black pudding, lots of mushrooms, and cooked it all down, and then made decent croquettes. She actually thought about the dish, and as a brief, produced a British idea on a plate.
Yeah, you can't nibble your way to the final.
No, because you've eaten all of Aki's dish.
Yeah, happily.
There you go.
What point are you making? Jay, I think he quietly goes about his business. He had a very nicely cooked beef. I thought the puree with the cabbage was a little too sweet, but no glaring errors.
And he took the care to make sure those rosemary needles were lovely and crisp and crackly and saucy to go with those walnuts. It was just all a bit safe.
But he's solid, John. He doesn't make the crazy mistakes that others make.
Totally agree with you. There's 3 in the pot. Eamon, Andrew, Emma.
Andrew just has this maddening insistence on chucking flavour after flavour into the same bowl.
Clams, tomatoes, raw onions, honey, mullet, whiskey and mushrooms. That's just disturbing.
What's the point of having all that skill if you can't make a nicely flavoured dish out of it?
Are you slightly frustrated by any chance?
Oh, mate, honestly.
I hope I'm not going home today, because I do feel that I've shown John and Gregg consistently a lot of dedication and skill and good hard work.
Eamon had langoustines, one of the jewels of the sea, and he promised at the start a Cullen skink type sauce with vegetables running through it. Instead, we had an over-reduced, really strong seafood bisque broth at the bottom with these langoustines fighting for their lives.
Eamon's tripped up today. I mean, he's fallen flat on his face.
At this stage of the competition, can you knock him out because he's done so well so far?
My guess is I'm going home. But I always said, just try and leave with a smile.
I'm wondering whether Emma actually does have basic all-round skills to go further.
That dish was not complete. The beef itself, not even crispy on the outside.
Oh.
My issue right now is 3 times in a row and she hasn't delivered.
I hate being on the back foot. I want to be in the front foot. And at this stage of the game, I might not have done enough.
We're talking about the final 6, John. Who really is not going to hack it? That round actually proved a lot tougher than we expected. Some of you, very, very good. Some of you actually let yourselves down. Shalina, well-cooked fish, stuffed courgette flour was a brilliant idea. It was the best dish of the day. You're in. Well done. Very well done. Tom? Jay? Aki? You're staying with us. Congratulations.
the person leaving us is Emma.
Thank you.
Thanks, Emma.
I knew I hadn't pulled out enough stops today. I had to have a dish that was 100%, and it wasn't. I've had so much fun though. And it has been an amazing experience.
I am actually in shock that I'm still here. I just scraped in and I don't want to be there again.
I dodged a bullet. There's no more room for errors like that.
All right, you can bring the colour back to your face. You live to cook another day. All I'll say is, pack your waterproofs.
The contestants now travel into Cumbria to meet a chef whose restaurant has been called the Fat Duck of the North. Simon Rogan opened the one Michelin-starred Langoustines 9 years ago. Its accolades are based on his unique skill at foraging and sourcing the best of Britain's natural larder.
Foraging is everything to us. It's what connects us to our surroundings. Picking that link from the earth out of the ground by your bare hands without it actually being transported, something special about that. Welcome to a very windy Cumbria. You might think there's nothing here, but the whole area is rich in natural ingredients. And hopefully, you know, if you can grasp these ingredients, then it will take your cooking to the whole next level. There's plenty to choose from. Let's go for it.
This is what I've been really looking forward to, actually. So it's really exciting to see what we're going to come up with.
So that's the Sierra grass. Taste that. It's a lovely, delicate herb. Bit reminiscent of coriander. Some people have been known to call it beach coriander.
Would you use it in the same way as coriander?
Yeah, you could chop it up and sprinkle it over things. It doesn't actually lose its density during cooking, so I like to use it as a garnish. It looks quite effective.
It's just nowhere near as salty, but it's got that quality of the sea in it.
They're all really connected in ways, but they've got all these subtle differences, and you know, they're all quite unique in flavour.
Really lovely.
Simon says, you just might see grass. He says, but I see an open larder. I was like, no, I don't, mate. Do you know what I mean? No. But in a short while, you're picking stuff up, you're tasting it. It's all new experience, you know what I mean?
Okay, so we've got some hawthorn berries here. Quite good for use with game. Good for thickening things. Thickening stews, red meat stews and stuff like that. Okay, so the real star of the show, if you like, and my favourite is this one here, called Sweet Sicily, or also known as Sweet Brackens, because it looks like a bracken. And it's got the most amazing smell.
Oh yeah.
You know, when you eat it, obviously you can taste the aniseed, but on cooking, it dissipates quite a lot. Pretty amazing.
It's going to make you keep on thinking about what's around, what's in the environment. I've never done anything like this before, so it's been an incredible day so far.
With their foraging introduction over, the contestants face their next test. Lunch for 25 of Simon's food producers and farmers. A makeshift kitchen has been set up for them in a farmer's barn.
This kitchen is so small and there's not many hobs.
Simon has provided their ingredients, including venison, partridge and lamb sourced from the local estate, as well as freshly caught herring and a range of foraged sea herbs and berries.
These people that are coming in today, it's their food, it's their produce. It's just got to be special, simple as that.
Between the 6 of them, they have to make 4 mains and 2 puddings.
I'm going to take venison.
Right, well, there's 5 of us want to do savoury.
Okay.
So.
Oh, right.
Eamon?
Yes, buddy?
What were you thinking?
I wanted the venison.
Right, so there's 2 on venison.
How set are you on venison, Eamon?
Well, there's plenty of other good ingredients, so...
Yeah, I know. But we need one more sweet.
Well, we've got to come up with the dishes, so I'll go dessert.
Anybody else wanting to do a dessert?
Me.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is 10:30, lunch is at 1 o'clock. So now you are eating your 2.5 hours cooking time. Plan well, think about your equipment, who's using the ovens. You've got a lot of food to make.
I think I'm gonna make a venison stew. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Venison I'm happy with, but the other meats I don't think I could cook. So I think that's where I am at the moment, yeah.
That piece of venison is a venison loin. It's got no fat in it. You try and stew that, it's not haunch. It's gonna be dry as an old boot on boot day.
So I'm not doing a stew.
Not with venison.
While Shalina rethinks her dish, Tom is underway French trimming his racks of lamb.
I'm doing a lamb with a pine nut and herb crust. The people who produced all this wonderful food today, they're going to be eating it. And there's nothing more disrespectful than to ruin someone's good work. I mean, I know what it's like if I go and plaster a house out and then they get, an awful decorator and he ruins it. It'd be the same thing for me to cook their food badly, so I have no intention of doing that.
After Andrew's whiskey disaster, he's hoping to impress with a dish using the local herring.
I'm going to smoke the herring with hay and herbs, and that's going to be a bit easier for service as well, because if it's smoked, there's no risk of really being overcooked.
Don't go weird.
No, I'm not going weird.
Don't have 20 angry farmers.
No. Simple.
Trusting you.
Fish, mash and vegetables.
I actually really like the sound of Andrew's dish.
He's going to smoke his own fish. He's going to make a herb-flavoured mashed potato and then a sauce using clams and some of the shrimp.
Jay has chosen to base his dish around the partridge.
You want to roast those birds, aren't you?
I'm going to pan fry them, bone side down first, to get some fat rendered out of it, and then I'm going to spin it over and crisp up the skin nice.
With puy lentil and a mirepoix, chopped up veg.
Yeah.
Jay, I like it. I do like it. Yeah, I really do.
I'm just thinking earthy and rural, you know what I mean?
What do you know about rural? You get nervous, you run out of concrete, you do. Jay's dish is my pick of the dishes. Absolutely lovely. He's going to take the breast off the partridge, he's going to fry them, he's serving that with puy lentils and mirepoix.
After cooking in environments like these, going home to your own kitchen, right, it's a breeze. Fantastic.
Aki, what are you doing with those Bramley apples?
So I was going to do a tart tatin until about 5 seconds ago when I changed my mind because I've never made a tart tatin before.
So what are you going to do now?
I'm going to do some hazelnut toffee brownies with some caramelised apples, spiced custard as well.
All right.
Thank you.
What are you giving them, Eamon?
Calvados caramelised apples,
with those lovely berries. I'm hopefully going to find a little bit of booze to put them in, just to give them a bit of zing.
You're both doing an apple dessert?
I'll ditch the apples and I'll
Sorry,
ditch the spice custard.
I thought you had changed your mind and were doing a chocolate brownie. I thought that's
yeah,
what
I'm
you told
going
me
to do a brownie, but I was going to do it with caramelised apples and spice custard, which is the same as you. So I'm going to ditch the apples, ditch the custard, keep the brownie, and as I go along, I'll try and think of something else to go with the brownie. Yeah?
So you're changing your mind again, you're staying with the apple? All right,
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Are you sure?
I'm absolutely sure. Eamon's nicked all the good ingredients. But everyone loves a bit of chocolate, don't they? And toffee, so I'm pretty confident.
I don't mean to scare you, but 2 hours to lunchtime.
Shalina's now decided to sear and roast the venison and serve it with a foraged sloe berry jus.
Never used sloe berries, I've never cooked this particular cut of venison. It's all very new, so I'm going to have to be quite instinctual. I need to make this jus now, so I'm just letting it boil.
Andrew, are you about to fill the barn full of smoke?
Potentially, yes. I'm going to try not to, guys. I'm smoking the fish. I only learnt to smoke a fish this summer, so I've just put one in to experiment, see how it goes, taste it, and then I can do the rest, hopefully.
I'm concerned about that smoked fish. If they're not cooked all the way through, then you end up with this very, very harsh outer, which tastes like acrid smoke. But I tell you what, if Andrew pulls it off, fantastic.
Eamon's caramelising the apples in calvados, which he'll be serving on pain perdu or French toast.
I need to make it look pretty. I slop on a plate last time. This just needs to look pretty, pretty, pretty. I'm hoping it will. The idea of using those wild berries, that really enthuses me. But I want to try and get a really nice, delicate-looking dish, but with little pings of flavour.
Guys, you need to start talking to each other about equipment because the oven's going to be used by everybody and you need to make sure you can get your food through for service.
Can I use the oven at 180 for half an hour? Okay.
So I need the oven, I need it in 30 minutes, I'm going to have it on 180, you guys have bagged all this, I have to do dessert, change my mind 3 times, assert yourself, come on.
Yeah.
Tell them.
I'm going to use the oven. How do you use the oven?
I'm already using the oven, Aki.
Aki has now changed her mind so many times, I'm concerned about if she's going to complete the task.
It was going to be a tartatan, but she's never done one, and it was going to be a chocolate brownie. Aki, it's got to be something, and it's got to be something pretty quickly. What exactly is your dish now, Aki?
It's toffee and hazelnut brownies with some brown sugar custard, and if I have time, I'll do some ginger stuffed dates.
Aki, you looking like that, and people come in for lunch, it's embarrassing. Promise me, from now on, you work cleanly, please.
Yes, John.
You're going to start thinking about service, guys.
With lunch approaching, Simon's guests begin to arrive. The local farmers, artisan food producers, and gamekeepers.
Really hope the contestants do a great job today. I've put my neck on the line really here. I know these producers, they're really passionate about their products. They'll want to see them used in the right way. So I just hope to God they do the business for me.
Whenever I go out to a restaurant or anything, if there's game on the menu. That's what I always go for because they're so natural, really lovely, rich food.
I'd like it to be a rare exemplar of everything the best we can produce here, and that is game, meat, and local vegetables.
"25 minutes, actually less than 25 minutes. Almost 20 minutes, guys, and that's it.
It's meant to be 120.
Sorry?
You've got the oven at 100.
No, it's supposed to be 180. Who changed the oven? Okay, who put the oven at 120? Who put the oven at 120? We need to work this out.
Sorry. Using the oven, darling.
Amen.
Yes, buddy.
Well, I put it at 180, whoever did that.
It was you, wasn't it?
Yes,
Sabotage.
I've been at it all week.
It seems a little bit underdone because of the oven temperature. I'm going to put it in for another 10.
Can I get everyone's attention for just a minute? Importantly, you're going to have to get those bain maries on. You're going to have, where you're serving the food, to warm up, OK?
How's everyone serving their food?
I'm going to serve the lamb, come up and then serve...
Your vegetables?
Yeah.
How much, what do you need?
I don't really need much. I just need a thing to keep it warm.
Guys, you got 10 minutes to have your food up, please. Just 10 minutes.
Let's crack on.
You need to be carving your meat.
Right, this is my carving space, guys. OK?
We've got a little crowd of ruddy-faced farmers gathering, and they look pretty hungry to me.
Are you going to be really ready in 6 or 7 minutes?
All we've got to do is put these in the oven. These are done.
Has everyone got their food on the pass, or do they need a help?
Is it cooked?
It's cooked. They just need to set for a little bit, so...
How are we doing?
I've got sauce here, fish is here, ready to go.
You've got about 2 minutes. We need a complete table buffet.
Everything ready for service?
Perfect.
Herb-crusted rack of lamb on roasted parsnips with some pickled onions and a minty stew.
If anyone would like hay smoked herring, please come up.
This is partridge, pie lentils.
Jay has pan-fried the estate partridge and served it with puy lentils and a mirepoix.
There you go, sir. Enjoy your dish. This is a part that you dread, you're waiting for the feedback now, you know what I mean? But hopefully I did good for them.
The partridge and lentils is really, really tasty. Really nice bird, really well seasoned, really goes well with the lentils. Quite impressed with that one.
I had to try the partridge. It looked as if it's been cooked quite different to how I'm used to it. But I must say it's really, really tasty.
It's got quite a subtle taste, the partridge, I think, and therefore could easily be overwhelmed. Got it right.
Beautifully cooked piece of partridge, crispy on the outside, really well seasoned. It is really, really delicious.
Jay has taken good local produce and he's made a very good dish from it. That's what we wanted from him. Well done.
Shalina has cooked the venison with braised red cabbage and parsnips and served it with a foraged slow sauce.
Everyone wanted the venison. They were just queuing up by me, so I'm really happy. Obviously looked pretty and attractive. We'll see what the verdicts are in a minute.
The venison is really, really nice. Impressed with the seasoning. The sauce complements the venison well, cuts through the venison quite nicely. So, on the whole, a good, well-executed dish as well.
It's divine. It's cooked beautifully. I love to see local produce combined in such a way. It's fantastic.
Beautiful plate of food. Yes, and it looks nice as well.
The layers of flavour are quite extraordinary. Very woody, rich venison flavour, sweet parsnips, the crunch of that cabbage.
Venison's cooked really well, but the flavour of those sloes through that cabbage and that sauce is almost magnificent. I've got to say, well done, Shalina.
Andrew's dish is hay and herb smoked herring with clams and shrimps, served with rosemary mash and sea vegetables.
Only sold one portion of hay smoked herring, and that was to the chef, Simon. You know, there's only 20 people there, and I think meat's always a popular choice.
I went for the hay smoked herring because, you know, we do quite a lot of hay smoked cookery ourselves. Really tasty, seasoned well, good balance, very nice.
For me, this herring, the smoked herring with the potatoes, those sea vegetables, the celery, the shrimps and the clams is absolutely delicious.
I was really worried. I thought he'd attempted too much. I thought he was going to put lots of things that were unnecessary on his plate, and in fairness, he's done it before. But today, I think he's really nailed it.
Tom has made pine nut crusted rack of lamb with parsnips and pickled red onions, served with a mint jus.
My style of plating up, I'd like to be able to spend a little bit more time, but yeah, I'm happy with what I've done.
Lamb really tasty. It's a prime ingredient, and you know, he's treated it quite well. So yeah, very tasty.
Absolutely beautiful. It's cooked beautifully. The crust is delicious. The parsnips complement it perfectly. The only thing is the onions just slightly undercooked for me. But apart from that, it's absolutely fabulous.
I think the empty plate speaks for itself. Really, it was beautiful. I like the crust on the lamb, and I particularly like the onion. It was really nice.
Lamb's cooked nicely, but I don't like this pine nut crust. It makes it almost sweet. John, it's not a particularly inspiring dish.
I actually disagree. I quite like it. I like the smokiness of that lamb, and I like the sweetness of those parsnips and the real sort of strength of the onion. I think it's a good dish.
Sticky toffee hazelnut brownie.
With the main courses over, it's now up to Eamon and Aki to impress with their desserts. Aki has cooked chocolate toffee brownie with hazelnuts and ginger stuffed dates dipped in white chocolate, served with a caramel custard.
I'm not really happy actually. I wanted the brownies to set a little bit more, and I was really furious that my oven temperature was turned down without no one telling me. They taste really nice, so hopefully it's going to be okay.
Chocolate brownie, for me, it's a little bit undercooked. It's a bit gooey.
Would have liked a better consistency with the brownie, really. It was a bit too mushy, so it was disappointing, I'm afraid.
I couldn't taste the caramel custard very much in it. I thought it was more custardy than caramel, but it was still very nice and I enjoyed the dish.
It tastes absolutely fine because it's chocolate and it's sweet. It's not too sweet and it's creamy and it's sticky, but there's no texture at all. That brownie should be a little firmer.
It doesn't work. And considering the mess which she was working in, I'm not surprised it doesn't work.
Eamon's dish is caramelised apple slices with foraged blackberries soaked in Madeira en pain perdu with custard and blackberry sauce.
Lovely. It's gorgeous. I'm confident they'll like it. Yeah, what's not to like? Apples, custard, sauce. I'd like it.
I like the use of the blackberries with the spiced fruits and the lovely pain perdu on the base, which is really tasty.
I give it 9.99 out of 10. There isn't any more, is there?
Eamon's made really good use of these ingredients. He's got some really clever flavourings in here.
It's a good-looking dish. It's well cooked. It's got a real depth of flavour coming from that alcohol. It's far better than I expected it was going to be.
On behalf of everyone here, I'd like to thank you. That was a very good meal. And the main thing was you treated our local ingredients with respect. And you should be saluted. Thank you very much.
I can't believe we've just had food as good as that in a barn in Cumbria. That was fantastic.
This country has something to celebrate, and today we prove that.
This whole experience has shown me to respect my ingredients a lot more than I probably have in the past.
Today was a fantastic day. It's an experience that I'm definitely never going to forget, and I hope I bring those influences into my cooking as well.
As it stands, I'm quite happy. I think I've pushed myself. I think I've done myself proud.
Aki's dessert didn't quite work today, nor in my mind did it celebrate the Great British Larder. Aki wasn't in control.
I'm not particularly proud of what I did today, but I am looking forward to going back and using the inspiration and ideas I've earned through this experience.
Andrew and Eamon came back in the game, and they're back in the competition.
I had a lot to prove to all sorts of people today, most of all myself, but confidence levels are right back to where they should be.
I wanted to show John, Greg and Simon that I can take nice British ingredients, cook them simply, do them justice, and I think I did that today.
We're going to have to lose one of these contestants soon, and it's going to be really hard. I think today they surpassed my expectations and yours.
Next time, the contestants enter the world of fine dining at one of the world's most iconic legal institutions.
Masters of the bench, dinner is served.
So if you put that in the glasses and it doesn't set, it really is a disaster.
And Michelle Roux Jr. pushes their creativity to the limit.
That's cooking from a professional chef, not an amateur chef.
Oh, some of these guys are pushing it.